Greetings and welcome to year number 2. I did a little bit of prep work here. I just wanted to do a little experimenting and then get a start on it. I did some roadways and I got some fields, and I'll show you those as we go. Right now they're telling me they need fertilizer. That's the next step we'll need. With our farmers, we just unlocked the pigsty, which is handy. Now we can start generating our own manure, which is something I do want to do. I would like to do. How's that for for phrasing? Let's see here, 900 gold. That means, as far as our taxes are concerned, yeah, those went up a lot, but we built a lot of buildings. So taxes are going to really be high for us right now, and that's what it is. I expected it to be high because we have a lot of buildings. My only problem right now is I'd really like to have a money situation planned out. And I was in the technology area here to show that idea that we're going pretty well here, and I do think that this is a spot that we're going to get some benefit. Straw hats, ooh, they only sell for 50. You unlock them for 50, and you get them for 50. The straw, it's great for that, though. So I was hoping those were worth a little more. They used to be worth a lot more. This one, 60 for these. It's more straw. We may have to reconsider how we're going to get that money. Leather and linen fabric. No, I don't want to waste too much money. I don't want to waste too much leather. Well, I shouldn't say waste. I want to be able to get the maximum amount of money out of what we're building. As I recall, these were pretty good. But that's linen thread and fabric. That's costly. 12 leather. Not bad. But only 160. And I could be making little bags for that much for a smaller amount. Simple shoes. Well, that's not bad. It is not quite... I don't know, not quite there. We'll have to do a little more research on this, more market research, if you will. We're a long ways off from the smithy. 500, oh my goodness, so far away, but this is what I want to be at. With that being the case, I do want to turn things in. I want to change it so that we have a constant person working on production, since I really want to be sure that we are getting as much out of this as we possibly can. And that means that we need him getting technology points for us as quick as possible. With the kitchen, right now we are getting, not a lot. I mean, really, we're, with just making roasted meat, which we don't have any, that's not going to get us a lot of unlocks. That technology has got to be, that's got to be a real small amount of technology unlocked as we go. So I'm going to put him back into probably the workshop, since I have more resources for that currently. Don't have a lot of copper ore, which is another trick too. That's going to be a thing to fix as well, since we do not have a lot of copper ore sitting around. I used all of it up to gain some cash for us. Workshop will work, haha, and it does produce, but the technology points, again, same story, not a lot. So that's worth looking into. Now, what I did at the end of the season was I made a whole lot of that roasted meat. And the reason for doing that was that I really wanted to be sure that we had something useful done with that meat, and also because I don't mind it going to rot. I have 243 rot. Well, we're going to make fertilizer out of that. That's the step that we're going to right now. We're wearing all of our clothes from the winter that we do not need, so it's time to change that up. We do not need the fur boots. We do not need to be wearing the thick leather gloves anymore. So we'll go back in here. We'll put our shoes back on, our working shoes, and we'll go for it. Oh, simple shoes. Probably don't really need to wear the bag hat anymore, but, well, keep it on for now. We look fancy. We're just trying to look fancy. Simple shoes it is, and then we'll go get some work done on things. I do have to place some items in inventories, seeds and whatnot. I haven't assigned my fields yet. We do have some new fields. Let's see here. This field and this field. These are our flax fields. So for this, we click on the field, we click on the spot where it says empty. I'm going to click on flax, press F, and then left click and drag, and that assigns all of it. And then, stop field editing is H, so I press H, and then I can press escape and I go back. And do I want to save these changes? Yeah, I do. I want to have flax there. Press escape again, and now we're back on the next field where we click on it, click on the empty, click on flax, press F, left click and drag. You can also just go straight to escape and say F, and say I do want to save those changes. I did also make a field here, which is my small field. This was made to be for onion, so I'll assign that one right off the bat and say I do want onion here, and go for that. We're going to need a lot of fertilizer, it's going to turn out. And the last field I made was large. Now, what I wanted to do there, probably thinking about doing cabbage, because we do have some cabbage seed on hand. It wouldn't be bad to just do a kind of a mix of cabbage in one spot. And let's change it up and let's do some beetroot as well for over here. And we have guest commentary from the cat, if you can hear her. She's very much convinced that I should be paying more attention to her at this exact moment. Now this was rye, and for me that's going to become wheat. For a season change we need wheat, and the other one I think we'll change this one. We'll go for oat here since we do have oat. Now these were fields that were 36 in height, so it is worth double checking how many seeds we have for that. Oh, this guy is another one of those people who is great to talk to, except for the fact that he has nothing he wants to talk to aside from, who knows? I don't want to talk about politics, this, that, or the other thing. Ah, we have great, unique villagers. 32 grains will be short by a little bit, 24 seeds, that's pretty darn close to 25. The roasted meat is going to be left to rot. I don't mind it sitting in here because it's due to rot. This roasted meat we'll put back in the food shed because we're going to cook it to give it more value. Copper, really, I think the best move right now, in all honesty, if I'm being real about what I should be doing right now, I really think that I should be going and I should be mining and I should be getting copper ore, and I should be taking that copper ore and turning it into production value for our person. We do have a house to finish. I would love to get some more people in the village since that's kind of a go-to thing here. And we have not started our budding romance for ourselves, and that's a big deal. That's going to be kind of a problem. Need to get that going so we can actually get the whole idea of having a dynasty online, right? I mean, we're not in a good spot for that. Look at all the rye we got. 388 so far that they've harvested. Fantastic. Got a lot of stone knives. Looks like we're well equipped right now. I could have him sitting in there making tin bars. Honestly, I don't think it's really worth it. I just do not think it's worth it. I have a lot of wheat grain, so we're going to need to make another wheat field. I think that's the right move. So there's a lot to do. Alrighty, with that, let's get going. Now, this fell just within the time we're here. The reason I keep doing this bird trap is that it gives you a good amount of survival skill. And my survival skill the survival skill raising is a big deal since I want a better bow. And I also want to unlock the fishing hut, which we do not have access to quite yet. A lot of cabbage, a lot of beetroots. We're doing okay with this stuff. Fantastic. Alright, let's get out of here. Do want to finish this house up. It's not a huge priority. Right now, not having finished it is kind of a good move since it's not costing us taxes yet. That's kind of handy. I'll show you what I did up here. Now, as far as survival is concerned, too, I probably could have picked those mushrooms to get a little extra skill. Oh, let's see here. I do want to get an oat field. So over here, we have the two new fields. These are going to be the flax fields right up against the tree. I'll do small plots over here, and then our larger plots over here. I'd like to case these in with, or surround these with stone fencing. That's my goal in the future. Probably could put a decent field right here and just call it nice and even there. Probably could have put another field by the roadway. So we're going to have fields going across. Ooh, I do not want to go over there. I want to keep the berries for just harvesting. Lots of fields this time around. We do have this nice little spot with the trees. I may not want to do much with that. These hilly areas, now we're probably going to be stuck with these hills and not be able to produce much, or not put too many houses down here. I'm thinking about running a road down that way and over to meet over there, and then have houses on the edge here, just quick overlooks to the area below. I think we might be able to fit our last field in this space here, but I don't want it to look clunky or awkward, so it'll probably go wide over this way. Matter of fact, let's just size it up. So we're going to buildings, we're going to farming, we're going to fields. And I like to have a little space between them so there's kind of like a walkway. A path! A path! For good Monty Python references. Maybe subtle. That's a 32 size plot. Not bad. Not bad. If we go a little farther, we can get 100. Let's see here. We go 12 by 4. That's 48. That's a good amount of grain, and it's a lot of space. Is the trick. It's going to be worth it. There will be a lot of field work that we need to do over time. These, honestly, probably should have thought about expanding them. And realistically, probably should have made this just one. That would have been good. And I could have pushed this over just a pinch more. And it still can be done. They're going to have a lot of work ahead of them. Let's leave it to them. With that, probably going into town. Don't have a lot to sell right now. Haven't gotten a lot of items. Let's go see if the year changes us over and makes the POIs regenerate. That can be a worthwhile piece of research to do. And I haven't really looked into other people's videos on this, so if you already know and you're watching and you're like, oh, he's about to find out that it doesn't, well, you are the wiser right now, I'll tell you what. But I've here and there looked at things, and I've enjoyed watching other people's works, and a lot of this I'm trying to discover on my own too, just for fun. And it's nice to get back into this exploring again. It's nice to get back into the game and just kind of figure it out as you go. We'll go pay our taxes to the tax man. That's going to be awful. It's going to be basically all of our cash. I was also hoping to go there and buy another sickle, but it looks like the people in the village did the job, and they did, or scythe, sorry. But it looks like they did the job and they didn't need another scythe, so I'm not going to. If they can do the work and there's only one actual scythe in there, and I don't have to buy another one, then I'd say, yeah, we're good. Alright, we're heading into town. Is it worth hunting the deer? I'd say yes once we find out there's a quest for it. Yes for the leather, absolutely. We don't have a lot of flax just yet because we haven't actually planted our fields. We won't get those until summer, which will be the next season in. Once we're there, we'll have plenty of flax on hand. For now, we have a lot of rye on hand. And the rye we aren't doing because we're going to do flour. That's not the goal. The goal with the rye is just to make the fields useful over the seasons going from autumn to winter and back into spring. I like having the fields actually be used for something purposeful. And get us straw, get us grain. The grain can be used for animal feed in the future, but again, we don't have the oat, which is the other side of that deal. We do need the oats. There we go. Is there anybody here who we should consider?
How are you?
Let's see here. We should try to get somebody. I think they say that there's a limit for how close they can be in age to you. Tell me about your skills. Fine craftswoman, cook food. Okay, crafting skill is not bad. Can't do farming.
Goodbye.
A new farming's not bad.
Hello there.
Okay, what are you all about? Craftswoman as well. And not hunting. Hunting's not a big deal. That's a win. Or I'd like not to have the issue with farming. Tell me about your skills. Walkers like even. Oh, best. So this is survival. She's got the survival skill going. And she's gullible, not the persuasion skill. Let's see here. What? You got a whole lot of things. And you were production, right? And you were also saying that hunting is not your thing. That's probably the best skill set match. Alina, let's start flirting with our person here. You seem very interesting. Let's see here. Oh, let's see here. Talking about how scared you were. You had a weird dream. You were building a house and someone's controlling you. Damn, he's hungry again. That sounds about right. What's your biggest dream? Let's do that one. Oh, not a big change. You want to love and be loved. Find someone you couldn't live without. Oh, whoa. Whoa, there you go. She's madly ready for love. Let's ask her another thing. What's your favorite season of the year? Spring. Great time of year. Waking up and planting. Let's ask. Oh, nope. She needs time to think about things. Okay, well, we've started it out. We'll get her a gift at some point and also go a little further with this romance. Back to town we go. Get some quests, do some things, pay some taxes. Oh, taxes. Probably just find the tax man and get this over with. Oh, so this is what this house is about. You're Mr. Fancy Pants, and you got a big Fancy Pants house. Hey, Fancy Pants. I did come to pay my taxes. There you go. You're welcome. Ay, ay, ay. There goes all the hard-earned cash. And one of the problems with expanding your village very rapidly at the start is not having the cash. Alrighty. Lots and lots of resources. I'm kind of curious where she's located. Last time I was out of town. Copper hammers. You've got to be kidding me. That better be worth a lot of money. Let's see here. Oat beer. You just need a lot of grain, and I get oat beer for it. That's not bad, but I don't have oat grain on hand. Alright, bridge. That's always a go-to. Logs are great. Fishing spears. Easy. We'll just take it because we found fishing spears at one of those POIs. We'll take it. This one, I mean, to be honest, this is easy. We should just do this. It gives us reputation. It's not hard to do. I mean, I can just gather the resources on the way there. Chances are it's out of town. Do I want? Yes. Why not? Just, we're going to do it for the unlocks anyway, or for building technology skills anyway. This is not happening. I am not going to buy all of the grain to do that, and I did not start farming early enough for that to be a go-to. Now, there does seem to be an exclamation point here, meaning that there's a quest available from somebody on the side. Can I help you with something? Muggers? Caught one of these bloody thieves. So, the clay mugs are vanishing in thin air. Maybe bring new ones? You want to know where they're disappearing to. New mugs over again, they'll have to have too many losses. So, maybe I can discover who's responsible. Find them and organize a public execution. Oh boy, can I figure this? Oh boy! Yeah, dude, you're getting fired up, man. Puff, puff, blow down. Now, let's see here. Let's figure out where we need to go. Bridges love is bridge. You're local. That's an easy solution. Let's get that one done. Don't disappear. Fishing spears is fine. This one, is this the out of town one? Okay, that's... Oops. Got me torch here. I'm ready to go. Alright. And let's head over to get some logs and then go from there. Get the logs, run back into town. Derwin will be happy. Then we'll run out of town, grabbing straw as we go, and then we'll get logs right when we get towards that village. It'll be worthwhile to go to that village anyhow. I want to find out what kind of animals we can buy there, since we do now have the pigsty unlocked. I also have the chicken coop, and I'd like to figure out who we get chickens from. The mysterious pigeon chickens are certainly not going to be something that we can do anything useful with. Or maybe we can be the first pigeon chicken farmer. People will look at us real funny, I'll tell you what. They're like, do you realize that you're raising pigeons, sir? Well, I mean, that's chicken right there. That's a flying chicken. Little, they're small. Maybe a pygmy chicken is what we're looking at here, sir. Don't mock my farm. Try the eggs. They're super tiny, real cute. Pay double for them because they're extra special. Alright, back to town we go. Derwin will be super happy. We'll take care here. We've already started our flirting with our future wife, Alina. And, well, we'll see. Unless we mess it up on the way. Oops. Let's hope not. We'll have to bring back the fishing spears. That can be done tomorrow. We also have to bring back the copper hammers. Again, that can be done later. And we'll be making copper hammers regardless. It's also worth noting that we already have copper hammers just sitting somewhere that we can take. Alrighty. Hardcore parkour. I mean, I could have just walked through there, but come on. We're extra.
How is life treating you?
Got the bridge materials, my friend.
See you around.
Enjoy. Now it's off to the next quest. The muggers. Not yet. Not yet. Now she did, oh, if I'm remembering right, she said something about her pigsty getting blown down. Is that right? That's the thing. Okay. Now we'll go there and we'll try to figure out the amount of how much it's going to cost us, that is, to get pigs from her. Let's get the reed. Reed's what we need. Gives us straw. Takes care of the need for... Oh, 12 straw. Oops. That's it. We're done. Now, we'll take this pathway. Is this the right way to go? No. It's the left. But it's also perhaps not the best move since we haven't been this way before. And we're about to discover if there are random POIs in here, or wolves and other assorted critters that want to eat us alive. But, who knows? Maybe something worthwhile will show up in here. We'll book it. Going fast. Checking out the environments. Seeing what's up. Figure out what kind of critters in this area too, since we haven't really explored a lot of this area yet. Not many of the zones have been seen by our character. We've kind of just focused on where we are. And it's always fun to see some of these neat little environments as we go. Got a bit of a trek ahead of us, but most of the quest is done. We really just need to get the logs, and I don't want to be carrying them the whole way. We've done that before where it's a long, drawn out, over encumbered run and it goes so slow. Not necessary. Biggie? Well, we're on a mission. We'd like to definitely come back and take down the piggy. The boars. Got a spot for ducks. Got a spot for rabbits. And very tall bushes. Oh my. Alright, into here. Hey, we got some coniferous trees. That's new. I don't remember coniferous trees before. Or do I, and I just forgot. Very cool. That's the deer. Oh, we're getting off course. Better get ourselves back on course here. Oh, she only needs 3 logs? Oh, that's very, very easy. We'll easily get this done before the end of the day. Probably could have waited to start doing... Wysent. We've had moments with Wysent before. I'm not quite ready to hunt those yet. I mean, I want to. Don't get me wrong. I really want to. I want to try it out. I just want to see what happens. And then laugh as I probably get taken down by these huge beasts. But probably shouldn't bother with that right now. We're in the middle of trying to accomplish a task. I'm not seeing a lot of POIs out here. No, not a lot of buildings to look at, not a lot of things to do other than wild nature. We're getting kind of close, so we'll just take out a tree and be all set. That'll take care of all the logs. Greetings and welcome to the middle step in this one. Sorry we had a little skip there. I got it to the maximum capacity and didn't realize that I was saving on the wrong hard drive, and I overloaded my poor little hard drive and it said, oh, we're done. So here's where we got to. We're in this village. We had already turned in the quest to the lady. She had her pigsty breakdown for the next year in a row, which was good to see because, yeah, there's a pigsty here. And the pigs cost 675 each. Now, I was wandering around this village before the great journey home, and I do love how they made this. They have a healer's hut right here by the waterway, with a wash bin, and looks like crafting things. And this looks really cool. I just love what they've done here in the little garden with natural herbs. Very cool. Dovecote. And there goes another one of those flying chickens. And I love the wood splitters area. This is really well organized and really well done. Very cool. Workstations, 2 woodcutter huts, and tons of split wood. Getting ready for the winter. Really just neat. Well done design. And I was going to try to get this quest, but of course, it's nighttime. So how am I supposed to get a quest in the night? Well, with that, we head home. And with heading home... You can upgrade your wagon, my friend. Well, let's see here. I don't think I want to take a ride home. Money-wise, that's going to... Ooh, no. We got 217 monies. We are certainly not going to do that. So on the way home, there's not much to say. We're just going to go back, and we're going to get ourselves... Well, I guess just settled in. For the rest of the night, there will be things to finish doing, such as... I got to double-check the fields and make sure they've actually made good progress. And there's always the going into the mines and gathering more copper, since it would be really handy to have more copper to be able to make more things. We can't miss this opportunity to Get a shot on it there. I am going to need more leather because I'm pretty sure we're going to be low on small simple bags. And I don't want to be too low on that when I get our farmers going, as we have a lot of field work to do this season. Which does get me thinking about, do we want another person? Do we want to think about getting that next person in the village? Another house, obviously, with that. So that we can get the fields worked really efficiently. Spring is going to be busy for us. Spring and summer, I think, to some degree. Oh, the wooden spears. They will lay there eternally. And the reason spring and summer will be so busy for us is spring is all about flax and planting that initial crop of wheat. Then, well, of course, onions as well. We do want to do that so we can start cooking up some of the roasted meat with onions to make meat with gravy. It gives a decent amount of technology, and it also makes it so we're not wasting so much of those roasted meats. Although, I didn't show it on camera, but the rot that we got out of that turned into 24 fertilizer, and so that's not bad. It does give us a supply of fertilizer before we get piggies. But we do need to get piggies, as having manure on hand is actually handy. It gets us free access to fertilizer. Oh, shall we get cheeky? Maybe we can see if these guys are spawned back in. Let's see what happens. Let's kick down the door and look for trouble. Wouldn't be a bad idea to take down another deer. I don't see much action over here. And by now I should have seen maybe a character up, unless they actually do sleep at night. If that be the case, then I'm about to get a startling awakening. As I walk in here and I wake them up and they say, hey, what you want there, guy? Alright, empty, 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 empty. Looks like no respawn on items. Lots of perch in there. Alrighty, that's it. Boing! Swim home. Get ourselves all set back up again. Pretty foggy by the look of it. Can hardly see the village from here. Speaking of the village, we're going to expand our homes. Next thing will be to start thinking about those houses on the hill and a little area for our people. I also want to do a little experimenting with what the bases of some of these buildings look like by the coastline. I want to see if I can create a false dock. I want to see if I can make a dock here. I just love the idea if we could turn this into a industrial center where we have people who take this large waterway in to come to our village to get things and then head back out, right? Like we can turn into a fairly big trading hub in this area based upon our location on the river. But I don't know how well it'll go trying to make a dock when there's not really a dock type making thing. I'll give it a shot and see what I can do. With that, we are home. There's the bird trap. And again, the bird trap is really handy since it raises your survival skill quite effectively. It's a great thing just to have on hand going. What do we need? More stones? Yeah, generally I always do. So with that, I'm going to close it out here. And I'll say that I need to go back into town to finish that muggers quest and also get some things built up in the village. And check on the farmland since I'm not sure the progress. Matter of fact, we can look. And we can see that there's not much going on here. Oh, are they still harvesting? Unsown, unfertilized, unplowed. They must be working on... Yeah, looks like they're working on just getting the fields ready. That means that I'm going to have to take a very active role this season in getting things ready. They had one left to go. We're also very low on fertilizer. So it's going to be find a solution to the money issue and then get ready to go to town. Thanks for joining me. I'm grateful for you being here. And have a good rest of your day.